Look at you guys just sitting there soaking it all in. Like 3 peas in a pod. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back. I am your girl Kiki Soto. Welcome back to Urban Girl Gardening. If you are new, come on in, have a seat, hang out with us, learn something, like and subscribe because I have a feeling you're going to be around for a little bit if you are returning. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here and being a part of the UGG family. Today, we are going to be talking about peas. Peas. Guys, I really feel like peas are some of the most underrated veggies in the garden. Like, low-key, people be sleeping on the peas. We love to talk about our tomatoes, we love to talk about our peppers, but I think we should hone in more, especially for beginner gardeners, on talking about the peas, the beans, the legumes, because these veggies, they are great producers, they are quick germinators, they are so easy to grow, and you can grow a lot of them and not take up too much space. So today, we are shouting out the peas. And we are going to start by discussing what peas I'm going to be growing. And I'm growing 3 varieties. Well, actually 4, but one of them is not edible. The royal sweet pea is actually more of a flower than a pea, a vining flower. It does have pods, but the peas are not edible. We're going to talk about the edible ones here. I have my sugar snaps. They're soaking in water. Green arrow peas, these are also soaking in water. And Lincoln peas, also soaking in water. The reason why I soak my peas is because they require a lot of moisture to germinate. So we want to give these a good soaking, and during the soaking process, which will be between 12 and 24 hours, you will find, let me see if I can find which one. In the beginning, when you first put your peas in the water, you will find some duds. And I'm going to show you guys. It's not floating anymore, but there's a float test when it comes to your veggies, your veggie seeds. And if they float to the top, they're not going to germinate. Now, in the beginning, when I dropped my green arrow peas, one seed floated to the top immediately, and it stayed there for a couple of hours. And I'm going to pull that seed out for you. And look, it actually just broke in half. That is crazy. And then I'm going to pull out one that did not float. And I'm going to show you guys. Look at the difference in the size and the color. So as your peas are soaking, they are absorbing the moisture and they're getting more plump. If you want to almost guarantee your germination, I suggest soaking your peas. Definitely soak your peas. You're giving them a head start and you're weeding out the bad ones. We don't need to waste time. You can see the size. These are the peas dry. Now I'm going to pull out one of the peas soaked. You can see the difference in the size. So we've given them a head start. They've gotten all the moisture that they need. Now when you're planting your peas, it's good to know what variety you'll be planting. I have my sugar snaps. Sugar snap peas are sweet. They are vining, which means they will have tendrils that will curl out and need to grab as they grow up. They're one of our favorites. The entire pod can be eaten. So that's a good thing about the sugar snap. They're great for stir fries. You can freeze them. They freeze well. Amazing. Green arrow peas. These are more of a snow pea. Now, all peas are cold hardy, but these snow peas, y'all, these are super cold hardy. So if you're thinking about growing peas for your fall garden into the winter, I would definitely suggest the green arrows. But the difference in the snow peas and the sugar snap pea is that you cannot eat the pod on these. The fibers in the pods are not easily digestible. You don't want to do it. These guys are shelling peas. So you're going to grow them and they're going to be prolific. You're going to see pods, but unlike the sugar snaps, you're going to have to let these mature, let the peas inside mature, and then you harvest them, snap them open. You can cook them right away. You can freeze them, you can can them, and they'll be great. And then you have your Lincoln peas, which are also cold hardy. They bush, but they need support. So they grow to about 18 to 30 inches, and that's the same as these. They need support. You can trellis them, or you can just prop them up against something. They're more bushy than viney, but honestly, peas need support, period. They'll produce better without having to be stressed. Your Lincoln peas are like the best of both worlds. You got your shelling pea, you got your snap pea. This one is both, okay? So if you're gonna grow your Lincoln peas, you can grow them to maturity so that the peas inside will get nice and plump, and then you can harvest them, snap them open, and use the peas for freezing, eating, canning, all the same ways you would use the green arrow. Or you can eat them young and fresh, just like a sugar snap pea, right off the plant. Those are the 3 varieties that I am going to be growing. Now, I will be using solo cups. Peas, although they are small, their roots are mighty. I'm using solo cups because they need all of this room, okay? Peas have really long, strong roots. Even from a very small size, their roots grow, and they need all the room that they can when you're starting them. Now, some people don't even start their peas inside. They start them outside because rumor has it, peas don't like their roots touched. I do my peas inside all the time. I've not lost one yet. And hopefully, I'll keep up the streak. Otherwise, you can call me a liar. I guess, child. But anyway, so yes, they will be going in solo cups. And I will be adding the soil all the way up to here so that the peas can have all this room down. These are 18-ounce solo cups. They can have all the room to continue to grow. Peas will germinate at about 45 degrees, but they will germinate better between 60 to 70 degrees. Now, for that reason, during the day, it's here in springtime, during the day, I will leave these outside. The peas will be outside on my porch, but because we're fluctuating from 60 some odd degrees in the morning to 30 something degrees at night, I'm not gonna put my little seeds and seedlings through that kind of stress. So during the day, they will get great 60-degree weather, great 60-degree sun, and light and warmth to germinate. But at night, they're gonna come back inside, and they're gonna be not super hot, but they're gonna be at a comfortable temperature in here. In zones, I would say 5 and below, you can plant your peas in springtime for a nice spring crop, early summer crop, and then again in fall time. You can plant them in July and let them continue to grow all the way through. I don't know, it depends on when your frost date comes and how hard it comes as well, because they can handle a frost, but a hard freeze will probably knock these guys out, unlike brassicas, which will continue to grow. Now, for zones 6 and up, you probably want to wait until you're at your fall going into the winter, because the temps might be a little too hot, and these guys will fizzle out if they get too hot. They don't really like temps above like 75 degrees. Unless they have some shade. They'll do fine in some shade, but if they're getting direct sun and heat, they ain't feeling it, they don't want it. So, why should you be growing peas? Hello? They germinate quickly and easily. They're easy to grow. They don't take up a lot of space. They're delicious. They're great for snacking, and they're so versatile. So versatile for fresh eating, canning, cooking, freezing. Like, your peas should be a priority in the garden, especially if you're a beginner gardener. If you're a beginner gardener, peas are one of those veggies that will not disappoint you. So like I said before, when growing your peas, you will need some support. So the sugar snap pea is vining, and I have some examples of what I used last year. So these, they stack. You put them right into the garden, and then you connect them, and as your peas grow, they will vine all the way up, and you can just keep stacking and stacking. This is what I use for my sugar snap peas. I found these on Amazon, and they were super cheap, super cheap. You got some sticks, some bamboo sticks. Each pea plant will literally just wrap around and just continue to grow. So even if you have these in containers, you can stick one of these right next to each plant in the container. Just be careful not to damage the root, because you know they're sensitive now. And then your plant will just wrap all the way around. For the more bushy viney types, like the Lincoln pea, the green arrow, I would suggest, again, something like this because they have more room. Something like this because they have something that they can lean on for support. Or something that I use for my bush beans when they got really big, a stake, but the plant will have like the support right here, and you can push these in as far as you want. Obviously you want them deep enough in the ground to where they will support your plant, but this is a really good alternative as well to support your plants and not take up a lot of room. Again, I believe I got these from Amazon. I'm going to show you one example of how I will be planting these. I'm going to get rid of some of this water here. And as soon as you drain these out, they're ready to plant. So I have my starting mix, 2 parts peat moss, 1 part perlite. Doesn't change, that's all it is. Got my cup for my sugar snap peas. And I already told you guys, I'm gonna fill it up to this line here at the top. And you wanna make sure that your starter mix is moist. You wanna make sure that you have holes at the bottom of your cups. And I used my nice little box cutter to cut holes at the bottom of each cup. You want to pack this in. You don't want air pockets in here because you don't want the soil to be moving around and moving your seeds around while they're trying to grow. You want them to have a stable home. Yes. I'm going to take the back of my pen and I'm just going to make some little holes here. I'm going to make 4 of them. I'm putting 4 in each. I'm putting 4 in each cup. And when planting your peas, and like all your other seeds, you don't want to bury them more than 2 to 4, and I think 4 is a stretch. I want to say you don't want to bury them more than 2 times the size of your seed. So with your peas, you don't want to bury them more than 2 inches deep. So the pea is completely surrounded by soil. And what I'm going to do, I believe you guys have seen me do this before. If not, I'm going to show you. I'm going to take my perlite and I'm going to cover the rest of the plant with the perlite. Now I do this just to kind of balance out the moisture. But that's it, y'all. That's it. And like I said, these are going to go out on my porch and enjoy this nice sunny weather during the day. In the evening, they bringing their tails right back inside because we ain't got time to play and we ain't got time, seeds, or money to waste. Okay? So yes, guys, I believe that peas are the most underrated vegetable in the garden, and I believe that we should give them their due. We should give them their roses while they are here. Not that they're going anywhere. There's something wrong with me, y'all. But anyway, we should celebrate the peas because these guys grow fast. They feed us a lot. And you know, you can almost do no wrong. So thank you guys so much for being here, for joining me. I am going to finish these up and get them outside because we got another beautiful 60-degree day about to happen. So I'm going to finish these up off camera. I don't want to take up all you guys' Sunday. Follow me on all my social media at Urban Girl Gardening. That's Instagram, that's Facebook, that's TikTok. You can email me at theurbangirlgardening@gmail.com, and I have no problem chatting back with you. We are going to have a great gardening season, and I want you guys to kick it off right. Grow what you can now. Learn with me, grow with me. Thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate you all.